Hey guys, what's happening? Sarah here with Furbished. If you're liking this content, please subscribe wherever that button is. So more people are able to see this, okay? Because it's about empowering you, my friends, you. Let's share each other's creations, because we are all creators and are all becoming more and more empowered by the moment. Okay, so let's dive into today's topic. The ultimate question to be asking ourselves, the ultimate issue to solve, is how do we encourage people to step out of victimhood? It's very difficult. Very, very difficult. And for good reason. Why would one want to leave victimhood? It's so comfy, cozy. Why would one want to leave? Right? I know I myself have been in victimhood. I spent enough time witnessing myself behaving as a victim that I am saying now, no more. I stop this. I am not a victim. I am empowered. I am sovereign. Thank you. It is not that easy. Okay? We are human after all. So I am currently training to become an RTT therapist. That stands for Rapid Transformational Therapy. It was created by Marissa Peer. If you have not heard of Marissa Peer and her work, please look her up. One of her most profound teachings is around the idea of I am enough. If you repeat that phrase, that truth to yourself in every moment, every day, at any time you can, if you write it everywhere, and if you remind yourself constantly that you are enough, you will begin to heal. You will remember that you are a full being. You were born onto this planet completely whole. So I am training in her program because I find it to be revolutionary. It is literally rapid transformational therapy. She combines the most poignant tools of tapping in to the subconscious mind, which is what we need to be doing, by the way. That's the reboot. That's the step 3 of my 4 steps to personal power, to return to your personal power. It's the 4 steps: awake, remember, reboot, and energize. Why do we need to reboot? So say you have a problem, something troubling you, something you want to get rid of, and you go to a traditional talk therapist for it. That's great. It's great to talk it out, but it might take forever, and you may find yourself growing frustrated, beyond frustrated, more and more progressively frustrated, because you see and acknowledge you have this issue, this problem going on and recurring, yet you can't stop it. And then you grow more frustrated with yourself and angry at yourself because you're like, what the bajumana, man? I don't want this, yet I keep doing it. Well, take it easy on yourself, okay? So what's going on there is that's your conscious self fighting your subconscious self. Your subconscious self is developed when you were a child. Your subconscious is developed as your automated operating system. It takes so much energy to interface in the world, especially today, that the way our body is able to function is it has to run off of the automated system that you've developed and put in place. So if you have any new decisions you need to make in a day, that's taking up some of your energy. So if you ever get decision fatigue, which is you're in a store and you're staring at 2 bags of chips and you're like, you know, it's 7 o'clock at night and the lights are blinding you and you're thinking, I don't know if I want sweet potato or regular potato. And you can't decide because you are exhausted. You are actually physically exhausted. Yes, you are. Because we have so much bombarding us every day. Okay? So you have your subconscious operating system developed when you were a child. So whatever input you're getting at that age is going to set you up for the rest of your life. Okay? So if you're told something's naughty or that's not good or I love you because you're beautiful, that's going to set in you. And so when you're an adult, you'll think, people only love me because I'm beautiful. Or when I do that, I'm naughty, so I'm never going to do that. And it could have been something like expressing yourself and putting on a funny costume to go to school. Like, oh, you can't do that, that's naughty. That's going to dampen someone's shine, like their essence, for the rest of their life until they're able to reboot. It takes a lot of time to get to the point where you see you actually have to reboot, but that's what's so liberating, okay? It is possible to reboot your system, to rewire, to get rid of that, okay? If there's something about yourself you don't like, and that may be not liking that you don't like yourself. You may say you don't care that you don't like yourself, but that's not true. You don't like that you don't like yourself if that's the case. And you can get out of that. You will get out of that. Because your natural state is to be a fully confident, lovable, pure, happy, joyful human being. And we're all going to return there, okay? This is what I am called to help people with. So that's why I'm training with Marissa. It's really cool. You can train online, which is like, thank God, because during this COVID time, I'm able to still go to school. And it's actually pretty cool that so is a lot of the world, you know, with a lot of schools closing. Anyhow, back to what I was saying. Oh, so in studying RTT, Marissa said a very powerful thing, brought up a very powerful concept in a demonstration of her curing a client. So I want to share this with you. She had the client who had regressed to a scene where someone was abusing her. So she asked the client to say this: I particularly hate the fact that you made me a victim and I didn't know how to stop being a victim. But I do today. You can never hurt me again. So what is so revolutionary about Marissa's work is she is returning the power to you. In her sessions, she is encouraging you to use your inner wisdom and your knowing to pull up these memories of hurt you may have, to recall them, and she helps you in reprogramming them, which is to say, saying that's no longer you. So in this instance, the woman was back in a scene when she was 3 years old. When you're a child, you're dependent upon your caregivers and those around you because you're new to this earth. You don't know what's right from wrong, you know, black to white. What you have is your inner spirit and your essence, and you're learning the ways of the planet and how we operate today. So if you're wronged as a child, you've done nothing wrong. But we imprint this in ourselves as something, as something that we have done wrong. That is not the case. And the power is in the now, in your conscious adult self, or whatever age you are, in your now. You can look back at that scene and say, that is not me, because now I don't need to be a victim. I don't choose to be a victim. That was wrong. You were wrong for doing that to me, because I didn't have the power at that time to stand up for myself because I didn't know any better. But now I do. So victimhood. It's really up to everyone on their own accord to be ready to escape the perpetuation, the victimhood. It doesn't feel good to be sad all the time, or angry or upset or negative, but it's easy because it may be a comfort, something you know. It may be trapped energy, trapped emotion trying to get out, and it's easier to just say, well, I can't do anything about it, because you feel you can't do anything about it. But that's not the case, okay? You have the power in your conscious self, your conscious mind now, to say, I am not a victim. I choose this no more. Thank you, and goodbye. Okay? So, yeah, that's my, I keep wanting to say transmutation, and then I hold back because I can't remember what that word means. I'm like, does that apply? Does that matter? Not really. So that's my transmutation for the day, for the moment. Love you guys. Get outside. Okay? Get outside and play. Olé!